300 plus pounds, and I'm gonna say I got the sexiest song in the world right now. So I don't wanna play no more. I'm not a player, I just crush a lot. One of the lines that made this song so famous is when I go Boricua, Morena, and what Boricua means Puerto Rican and black woman. That's like my love to the music, you know? My love to the black people.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left, cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that
the 90s gave us some of the most iconic rap tracks of all time. But which ones are still dominating in the digital era? We're counting down the top 10 most streamed 90s rap songs on Spotify. From overlooked gems to billion-play giants you won't believe are still topping the charts. Some legends hold strong, while others might shock you. Stick around, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a beat. We are starting with none other than Missy Elliott's debut single, The Rain, Super Duper Fly. Released on July 2nd, 1997, produced by Timbaland, this track was light years ahead of its time. With its stuttering drum patterns, quirky bounce, and that hypnotic sample from Ann Peebles' 1973 classic, I Can't Stand the Rain. The visuals were iconic. Missy in that inflated patent leather suit became an instant pop culture moment. Critics hailed it as one of the boldest, weirdest, and most original rap debuts ever. And yet, in 2025, it holds the lowest Spotify stream count on its list, around 60 million. That's a shock considering its influence. Missy broke the mold for what a female rapper could look and sound like. Yet, in the numbers, she's trailing by a wide margin. It's not about quality, it's about how the next generations are listening, and The Rain, for all its genius, hasn't found its way into today's mainstream playlist the way party anthems or slower R&B collabs have. At number 9, we've got You Got Me by The Roots featuring Erykah Badu, released on January 25th, 1999.
somebody told me that this planet was small. We used to live in the same building on the same floor and never met before.
The track won Best Rap Performance by a Duo or Group at the 2000 Grammys, beating out names with far more radio play. And that's exactly what makes this one special. It was never chasing chart positions. With live drums, soulful vocals, and a Jill Scott penned hook, it became a timeless blend of rap and neo-soul. In 2025, it pulled in around 182 million Spotify streams, placing it just above Missy, but still near the bottom of this list. What's surprising is that the song wasn't built for streaming. It's not short, it's not hook-driven in the usual sense, and it wasn't part of a major radio push. But it's endured. Over the years, You Got Me found its home in lo-fi, soulful hip-hop, and steady beats playlists. At number 8 is one of the flashiest rap songs of the entire 90s, Jay-Z's Big Pimpin'.
But I don't feed them. First time they bust, I'm breathing. Talk about what's the reason. I'm a pimpin' every sense of the word, bitch.
Released on December 28, 1999, backed by a hypnotic Timbaland beat and an iconic Houston-Brooklyn link-up with UGK, it was supposed to be a career-defining hit. And in the moment, it absolutely was. The music video, shot on a yacht during Trinidad Carnival, cost over $1 million and became one of the defining visuals of the bling era. But in 2025, despite all the hype, Big Pimpin' sits at only 205 million streams on Spotify, placing it in the bottom 3 of this list. It's a surprising stat when you consider Jay-Z's influence and how aggressively this track was promoted. But over time, the song lost replay value. Even Jay himself later said in interviews that he regretted some of the lyrics. It's also less present in modern playlists and hasn't benefited from a new generation of rediscovery like some others. Despite being a huge cultural movement, Big Pimpin' didn't evolve into a long-term streaming giant. It's still relevant, but not immortal, at least not by the numbers. At number 7 is Dr. Dre's Keep Their Heads Ringing.
And get your groove on. It's the DRE, the spectacular. In a party, I go for your neck, so call me Black.
Released on March 7th, 1995, as a lead single from the Friday soundtrack. At the time, this song was peak G-Funk, polished production, Dre's laid-back confidence, and bass that made car speakers shake. It even earned a Grammy nomination for Best Rap Solo Performance in 1996. But today, it holds just about 236 million streams on Spotify. That puts it behind less hype tracks like Still Not a Player and even Biggie's Big Papa, which weren't even Dre's competition when the song dropped. What's striking is that Coolio's Gangsta's Paradise, which won the Grammy over Dre in 1996, now has over 8 times more streams than Keep Their Heads Ringing. Dre may have shaped an era, but this particular track hasn't carried the same weight in the streaming era. It's rarely featured in modern-day playlists and hasn't had the viral boost that Dre's other works, like Still DRE, have enjoyed. For a track tied to such an iconic movie, the numbers feel quiet. Not forgotten, but definitely not dominating. Holding the number 6 spot is one of the smoothest crossover hits of the 90s, Big Pun's Still Not a Player, released on April 28, 1998.
Yo, I'm still not a player, but you still a hater. Elevator to the top high. See you later.
A remix of his original track, I'm Not a Player. This version brought in R&B singer Joe and blended Pun's lyrical fire with mainstream appeal. The result, a radio smash that helped make Capital Punishment the first solo Latin rap album to go platinum. And in 2025, the song continues to thrive with over 378 million Spotify streams, placing it firmly in the top half of this list, ahead of giants like Jay-Z and Dr. Dre. The numbers prove it's more than just a 90s classic. It's a track that's still in rotation, especially in Latin hip-hop and old-school rap playlists. While Pun didn't win a Grammy, this track outperformed many Grammy-nominated peers in streaming longevity. His Spanglish delivery, rapid-fire rhymes, and charisma gave the song staying power. And let's not forget, he did all this without a flashy video or massive label machine behind him. Still Not a Player aged like a classic, and in the world of streaming, it's still very much playing. At number 5 is Gin and Juice by Snoop Dogg, released on January 18, 1994, as the second single from Doggy Style. Produced by Dr. Dre.
With so much drama in the LBC, it's kinda hard being Snoop D-O-double-G.
The song captured the laid-back vibe of Long Beach party life, complete with references to Seagram's gin, Indo smoke, and backyard barbecues. It became an instant West Coast anthem and earned a Grammy nomination for Best Rap Solo Performance in 1995. In 2025, it pulled in around 484 million streams, a strong number, but still well below the top 3 tracks on this list. What's wild is how embedded this song is in pop culture. From sitcoms and movies to memes and merch, Gin and Juice became a 90s anthem. Yet, despite its iconic status, it hasn't crossed over into the upper echelon of streaming totals. One reason might be that, while it's loved, it's also a slow burner, less likely to go viral, but always hanging around. It's the kind of track you don't skip when it comes on, but you don't necessarily search for it. Gin and Juice is a vibe forever, just not one that dominates repeat streams like the hits coming up next. At number 4, we've got the track that introduced the world to Slim Shady, Eminem's My Name Is.
My English teacher wanted to flunk me in junior high. Damn. Thanks a lot. Next semester I'll be 35.
Released on January 25, 1999. Produced by Dr. Dre. This was the lead single off the Slim Shady LP, and it didn't just shake up the rap world, it slapped the entire industry awake. With its bizarre humor, razor-sharp delivery, and the unforgettable My Name Is hook, the track won Best Rap Solo Performance at the 2000 Grammy Awards. In 2025, it held just over 681 million streams on Spotify, which makes it Eminem's most streamed 90s track, but still short of the top 3. Considering the cultural takeover that followed, many would assume this number would be higher. But Eminem's streaming crown has been claimed by his 2000s work, like Lose Yourself and Without Me, while My Name Is has become more of a nostalgic intro track than a go-to replay favorite. Still, the impact is undeniable. It put Eminem in the mainstream, kicked off one of rap's biggest careers, and gave the world an alter ego it's still quoting 25 years later. The numbers may not lead the pack, but this was the door kicker, and that still counts for plenty. And at number 3 is one of the most iconic West Coast collabs of all time, Tupac's California Love.
Bail, fresh out of jail, California dreaming. Soon as I step on the scene, I'm hearing hoochie screaming, fiending for money.
Featuring Dr. Dre, and released on December 3, 1995. This was Tupac's first release after signing with Death Row and coming out of prison, and it hit like a nuclear bomb. The track went number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, stayed there for 2 weeks, and gave Tupac his biggest commercial success. In 2025, the song stands at around 910 million streams on Spotify, which is huge, but still not enough to crack the top 2, given its status as the West Coast anthem. With that unforgettable Roger Troutman talkbox hook and the Mad Max style video, most would expect California Love to be leading the charge, but streaming tells a different story. It's a track that everyone knows but doesn't necessarily loop. It shows up at parties, sports games, and retrospectives, but not as often in curated playlists. At number 2, we've got the smoothest player in the game, Notorious B.I.G.'s Big Papa.
To all the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical douches in your bushes.
Released on December 24, 1994, as the second single from Ready to Die. Built on a silky sample from the Isley Brothers' Between the Sheets, this song became Biggie's signature slow jam, earning a Grammy nomination for Best Rap Solo Performance in 1996. But here's where it flips expectations. As of 2025, Big Papa has pulled in over 1.22 billion Spotify streams, making it not only Biggie's most streamed track, but the second most streamed 90s rap song of all time. What's even more shocking, it's outpaced other massive hits like Juicy, Hypnotize, and More Money, More Problems. Big Papa has become a permanent fixture on chill, R&B throwback, and 90s slow jam playlists, giving it a huge edge in replay value. It's not loud, not aggressive, just smooth and endlessly loopable. And in the digital era, that matters. It didn't win the Grammy that year. Coolio did. But Biggie's mellow confidence and unforgettable hook gave him the kind of posthumous staying power most artists only dream about. Sitting at number 1, and by a wide margin, is Coolio's Gangsta's Paradise, featuring LV.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left.
Released on August 1st, 1995, originally recorded for the Dangerous Mind soundtrack. The track blends hard-hitting social commentary with a haunting sample from Stevie Wonder's Pastime Paradise. It won the Grammy for Best Rap Solo Performance in 1996, topped the Billboard Hot 100, and became one of the few rap songs to break deep into pop culture during the mid-90s. But what's truly staggering is this. As of 2025, Gangsta's Paradise has racked up over 2.04 billion Spotify streams, more than double its closest competition. And it's not a fluke. The song exploded again after Coolio's death in 2022, hit 1 billion views on YouTube, and continues to be used in everything from school curriculums to TV and film. It's serious, cinematic, and still emotionally heavy, and yet it's everywhere. Which of these classics do you still have on repeat? And did any of the rankings surprise you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let the stream wars begin.